morning, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Morehart, and today our learning target is I can tell how fractions are alike, the same, and different. So I want to start off with having you think about the foods that you eat and how many parts they get cut into, like apples or pie, lasagna in the pan. Think about things in your day that are automatically fractions and bits and pieces. Okay, so just have a little minute and think about that. And I want to show you a couple of different fractions up here. So if I put 3 over 4, my numerator is 3, my denominator is 4. If I put 4 out of 4, that my numerator is 4, my denominator is 4. And if I put 3 out of 3, of course, numerator is 3 and denominator is 3 as well. So I'm just kind of curious when you look at these, if you can tell me which ones are the same. We have different denominators and we have different numerators, but there are two that are the same. So if you were to draw these, and you can draw them to show me in your math duotang, or just kind of to figure this out. You can see that 3 out of 4 would look like this, and 4 out of 4, it would all be colored in, and 3 out of 3, it would all be colored in. So really, these are the same. These are telling you the same thing. You have all of the parts. So that's how that makes that the same, that you actually have all of them, which would kind of be a nice thing, right? Here, you don't have all of them, so they're not the same, okay? You can try this with all kinds of different shapes in your book if you would like as well. Okay, so what else could we do with looking at numerators and denominators and trying to tell how the fractions are the same and how they are different? Well, one of the things that you can do is you can use a fraction strip, and you can take a look and see that if you have on your fraction strips, I'm just going to draw this here. If you have this and you cut this one fraction into halves, here's 1 half, here's another half. I've got the 2 because I've got 2 parts, right? And if I were to take this and chop it into quarters, there's 1/4, and I have to have a 4 because I've got 4 parts. Here's another quarter, and another quarter. You can see that 1 half is the same as 2 quarters. Now, you could be using your ruler and you could create some more number strips, fraction strips. If I were to do another strip like this, and let's say I'm going to chop this into 8ths. So here's 1/8. So using your ruler, do these in your math duotang. And I think automatically you are seeing how many 8ths are the same as 1 half. So let's go all the way up here, and I'm going to just do a little dotted line so we can keep track. How many 8ths are the same as 1 half? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/8 is the same as 1 half. And in fact, of course, if you were to draw a square and chop it up into 8 bits and color in 4 of them, you would have exactly half of that square. Right? We could also say, how many 8ths are there in 1/4? 1 2/8 are the same as 1/4. Now you could keep going with this and you could keep creating your own strips. Important thing is to make sure that you have it the same length so that everything adds up along the way. So notice that this line is the same as this one here matches there, and this one matches here. And as you keep going, you keep those lines organized. Okay, so boys and girls, today's lesson was about how fractions are alike and different, and you can see that even though the denominator might be different, the fractions themselves can be alike. Okay, Have fun doing this in your math duotang, boys and girls, and looking around your house for fractions. Bye for now.